Hello, everyone. Mackie here. Now, I'm gonna do a little bit different. I know what you're thinking is like, oh, Akeem, he's not doing League of Legends esports and all that kind of jazz. No, I will do League of Legends esports as my core main thing, but I wanted to do something a little bit different from my normal stuff that I do in my channel. Today, we are going to do something called an alignment. Now, if anybody plays Dungeons and Dragons, or anybody watch like Dungeons and Dragon content, your Legends of Vox Machina, or the Dungeons and Dragons movies, of course, that just came out like 2 to 3 years ago, of course, which was I think the movie was fine, but just whatever. Many people know about in the alignment. If people do not know, this chart is the perfect example for it. So, in case many people don't know it, characters are fall into the 9 different types of alignment. You have a lawful good, you got the neutral good, you got the chaotic good, your lawful neutrals, chaotic neutral, and then your lawful evil, neutral evil, chaotic evil. So they fall into the chaotic, the neutral, and the lawful. And the thing is that what if I apply this to League of Legends? What if I apply the D&D alignment to the world of League of Legends? Now, thanks to the beautiful friends of, AI, I know, sorry about that. I managed to pull this off. Now, you may go down to the comment section and tell me if some of the things that I said is wrong or which other persons you want them on the list other than the things that I'm going to say about them. But these are what I believe are the alignment for the League of Legends. Who are the lawful good? Who are the neutrals? Who are the masterful of evil? Who are the people that are free willing and all kinds of stuff? This is what this whole thing is all about. So if you want more videos like these and other stuff that's League of Legends content, please like the video, subscribe, and do all the kind of jazz. So it is time for me to begin with the first alignment, which is your lawful good. Now, the lawful good is pretty much easy. It is your characters that did all the good in order and honest and be fair and strive for justice and glory, which is the Supermans of the world, and your Katniss Everdeen from your Hunger Games, of course. The people that decided that, hey, I'm going to stick to saving people by doing as much good as I have, saving fires, doing all the buildings, not forced to be evil, of course, and all the kind of stuff. And, there is only one character that actually personifies the lawful good, and that is Garen. Mr. Garen right here is the perfect embodiment of lawful good. Now, unfortunately, I cannot do any lore thing because that might take me A, 30 more minutes, and also B, my lore skills is not as great. But if you know Karen pretty much well, is that his one of his lines is saying, "My heart is always for Demacia," and that means he's a loyal Demacian. Is for good, 100%. Nothing too crazy, nothing too much. Big sword, big shield, big armor. That kind of strong guy. Now, beside Mister Garen is his companion Lux. Now, Lux is belong to neutral good, which defines as the characters that do what is necessary for the greater good and are not bound by laws or other societal circumstances. Your Spider-Mans, your Harry Potters, your kind of words. And Lux is pretty much like she doesn't care about any laws or anything like that. She's doing what she believes is right. She is following by the she is the light of her existence, to be put it bluntly. And I think there's a little bit of a lore story about him like freeing Silas, of course. So that means that she's not that kind of lawful good as Garen, but I think you can make a pretty much a good argument there. So I think Lux is easily a neutral good. Your chaotic good is Vi. And I think this is pretty much an easy one. Chaotic good are the people that are doing good but value freedom and independence and can work outside the law to achieve their goals and can be absolutely wild. Your Han Solos, your Robin Hoods, you're rebellious without a cause. Vi is the perfect example, of course. If anybody watched Arcane, which I actually watched one season, you already know that Vi is a part law enforcement to to the Piltover area, you know, and she loves fighting crimes and all kind of stuff, but she always have that feeling of she breaks a lot of things. She breaks faces, she breaks buildings and all kind of stuff. So while she's doing a lot of good, she can be a little bit chaotic when it comes to like smashing stuff. Pretty much simple there. Your next up is Camille, which is fall under lawful neutral, which is characters that act like judges and have to follow laws and rules for the order of stability. They are necessarily motivated by a desire to be heroic or cruel. They are motivated by duty, logic, or the preservation of a system. Mr. Robot, which is, by the way, a Rami Malik show, of course, that I watched, and it was absolutely a decent watch if you have the time and the place. You go watch that. And Batman, which is pretty much simple task, of course. Camille is pretty much like that. Now, I don't know much about Camille. I think the rest of them will be easy, but I think Camille is kind of like one of those persons of, she does things by the book. Camille's line is pretty much saying is it's better to be having the precision of a butcher than a surgeon. I think that's common along those lines. Meaning that she has to pretty much follow the rule to a law. I believe so. Yes, so that means that Camille is going to be your person that is not going to be as good as any other people, or not as good, not as evil as many people, but follows the law to a T. That is pretty much, yeah. So that leaves us with Kindred as our true neutral. True neutrals are the person that doesn't go as evil, doesn't go as good, or as doesn't have good as evil or good, and doesn't fall in any alignment, of course, and always prioritize their desires for. They don't prioritize their good or have the well-being and honors. Your Rick Sanchez and the Oracle, of course, and from the Matrix. And by the way, they're arbiters. They are the people that are doing their own kind of thing without. They are kind of like. Okay, let me just pause. They are people that are doing their own thing without any kind of evil or goodness in their hearts. They're doing the basic kind of stay in your lane. That's it. Your Ramas, your Makai, your Bards, all these persons fall under those kind of neutral beings. But I think one character or two characters has pretty much the perfect thing, and that's Kindred. Lamb and Wolf. Can I say this right now? And I'm going to be of a little tangent here. I think Kindred is one of my favorite characters in League of Legends. Yeah, many people say like you can have your Jinxes and your Vi's, but I think Kindred is probably my favorite character in League of Legends based on the lore, the way they speak, the way they have the philosophies with the whole Lamb and Wolf conversation. Wolf saying Lamb strikes, Wolf said Lamb speaks, Wolf strikes, that kind of thing. This whole yin yang kind of thing. And they're doing this under a neutral setting of like, they're not doing this for like the goodness in their heart, nor the evilness, of course. They're more like doing this based on their own self-interest, their own, liking. And that's gonna be why Kindred is such a fascinating character that League of Legends is at. It's pretty much one of my favorite characters in League of Legends. I never got to play the champion as much, but when every time somebody picks Kindred, I mean, Lamb's Respite and all kind of stuff, and the voiceovers, and it's so beautiful. I would love to play Kindred, and if I get a chance to play League, I would love to play her. Well, if Vi is your chaotic good with all the smashing buildings with the law enforcement kind of style, well, her sister Powder, or Jinx, by the way, is literally a chaotic neutral. It means they have to value freedom and independence above everything, and they have no motivation to help others, nor have the urge to hurt them, which is easily your Jokers, or your Heath Ledger's Jokers, and your Deadpool, or Ryan Williams. No, not Ryan Williams. Deadpool. Jesus. Ooh, I think it's no. It's not Ryan Williams. Jesus, it's not Ryan Williams. Is it Ryan Williams? I'm gonna make a quick check, guys. I'm gonna make a quick check. Ryan Reynolds. Yes, Ryan Reynolds. Dumbass. It's your Heath Ledger's Jokers and your Ryan Reynolds of Deadpool. Got it. Jinx is pretty much the perfect example. She is crazy. She is chaotic. She is everything else. And while she had that kind of feeling of like, oh, she's definitely evil. Look at her face. Look at the way the body accessories, and look at her character in Arcane. For God's sakes, she is evil by any case. I don't think she's that kind of evil to be saying that. If she's kind of evil, she might be belonging like one of those chaotic evil, but she's not. She's more of like a kind of person that feels like they want total freedom of themselves. They want it to be all over their place. No authorities, no one to chain her down, nobody to tell her what to do or what they might do. They want full freedom. Full freedom to do whatever the F they want. Chaos be damned. Consequences be damned. And I think Jinx is prologue perfectly to the whole neutral stuff. And I believe that's why Jinx deserves to be in the chaotic neutrals kind of stance. For your lawful evil, I have to go with the two. Let's just hold up, Akeem. Hold up. Let me just. Oh, yeah, nope. 100%. There you go. For your lawful evil is Swain, and this is pretty much we're into the evil category of the alignment. Is that they believe in order and control and are willing to do whatever it takes to achieve it. Your Lord Voldemort of your Harry Potters and your Cersei Lannister of your the Game of Thrones. They are the big tyrants. Your Mordekaisers, your Renata Glass, and of course your Swain. He is the emperor above all kind of thing. The person who sacrifices for the greater good kind of stuff. If you play like, Legends of Runeterra, you notice that if you manage to drain health from Swain, he can get even more powerful. And that's what pretty much what Swain is. He's the kind of guy who's gonna sacrifice everything he has to make sure that his empire, his work could be fulfilled to many other people. That's pretty much what whole thing about the lawful evil is that they have to do whatever they have to do in order to win, in order to establish control and power and the destiny. And you see this from a lot of politicians and governments and all kinds of stuff. They are doing whatever they can to create power. I mean, I can say it right now. Saudi Arabia is like the perfect example of those lawful evil in most cases. They are the perfect example of those of lawful evil. And there's like other authoritarian countries that does that. Of course, statewide countries that do that, but I cannot even go through that one. But I think lawful evil is like they want control and they're going to do everything they can to get control. LeBlanc, Miss LeBlanc, the Black Rose herself, belongs in neutral evil. And neutral evil is that they're motivated by self-interest and can achieve what is necessary to achieve their goals, even if it meant for evil purposes. They wanted to do evil, but by their own admission. They wanted how can I say this? They wanted something that they can feel like they can want to do it themselves. They wanted something that they feel like, okay, let me just pause and think. Okay, so first of all, I want to thank the website of Shop of Many Things to give us how the alignment and explanations. You can go down to the web, and of course, it said that first, the White Walkers from the Game of Thrones is saying they are motivated by the desire to destroy all life and bring about an eternal winter. They are willing to use whatever means necessary, even if it means acting in an evil manner to achieve their goals. LeBlanc is pretty much in the same category of quest. She is motivated to bring, I think, the Black Rose, to revive the Black Rose and to do everything like that to make her empire be stronger, even if it means to sacrificing so many people to do it. LeBlanc is kind of like a perfect thing. She's a manipulator. She, of course, have a little she has illusions. She loves to play with illusions. She manipulates. She betrays a lot of people. She's gonna do whatever she can in order to make herself feel happy, in order to make herself feel satisfied. So I think that neutral evil is from LeBlanc is pretty much makes sense to all of this. And finally, for chaotic evil, they are destroyers motivated by their own desire to do whatever it takes to achieve them and their own sacrifice, freedom, and independence. So they are the destroyers. They don't give a damn about their independence and all kinds of stuff. They are here to conquer the goddamn world. And I believe their examples, of course, is the Emperor from Star Wars, which is a hungry and wanted to destroy and control the kingdom, of course. The Red Skull, which is actually from the Captain America reference, of course. These are the people that came here to destroy the world. Nothing going for it, nothing else. They here to destroy the world. Freedom and consequences be down. Fiddlesticks is kind of like the perfect example, of course. And Fiddlesticks is just the bringer of fear. Let me just read from a Gemini kind of thing. Oh my god, Akeem's gonna read from AI. I know. He said he's an ancient deity of pure fear. He doesn't have a human conscience or goal. It just mimics the voices of his victim to lure in more prey. It's a primal and chaotic force of terror. That means Fiddlesticks is kind of like a person who is dragging you in and just makes you feel evil. He doesn't give a damn about no niceness, no nothing. He just pure evil, pure chaotic evil. And it's like you saw it from a lot of criminals, of course. They have no remorse for anybody else. Your Ted Bundys, your Zodiac killers, all this kind of stuff. These are people that have zero remorse, zero remorse other than, well, I'm not saying they're not neutral evil, but they are like horrible human beings that doesn't give a damn about anything else other than mere destruction. So I believe that's it for the alignment from the League of Legends side. If you want more of this, you comment down below which of these you wanted to change, which of these you like or you don't like. Explain all this kind of stuff. And I'll link the description to this below to give a little explanation of why I doing this. So thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe to this video, and I will see you guys soon.